Good
Good
evening.
evening. How are you today?
I think I speak for the both of us when I say I'm sore, albeit for different reasons.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. That ride home, that 2.5 hour ride home, everything's stoved up, and yeah, I'm feeling it. I got a good hot bath while ago and ate me a little quick something before we came on.
Were you the one doing the driving?
Yeah, yeah, I drove up. We drove up last night to Tunica, Mississippi, and didn't sleep well at all last night. But that thing, we stayed at the Hollywood Casino.
Yeah.
I lost 25 bucks. That was about it. And I was like, going to the room. We were in the bed by took one of my sons with me, and he was passed out by 9 o'clock. I slept for about an hour, then I wake up, then I sleep for another hour and a half. I'd wake up, but the bed was like, gosh, I wish I had that mattress and that pillow at my house. Yeah, we started and got there about 8 o'clock, did all our competition stuff, and uh, then drove home, or I drove home.
And you still had, you get there and you don't even have your part until 4 hours later.
Yeah, no, that was the only real drawback, other than that, we discussed before we got on the air about that competition thing.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're feeling it now, you're really going to be feeling it tomorrow.
yeah, I might run another hot bath before I go to bed. I mean, like scalding hot bath. Yeah, maybe. I could just jump in our damn pool because it feels like a damn hot tub out there. Damn, water's so hot being hit. Truthfully, I'll probably get done this and probably go lay my head down and go to sleep.
I don't know if I'd be able to take that.
What's that?
I don't know if I'd be able to take that.
Well, take a nap, go to sleep.
Taking a scalding hot bath.
Oh, yeah. Well, hot enough to where when you get in it, you're like, oh my God, this is hot. But then you get in there and you just sit there and don't move.
Yeah. I've actually thought about doing the cold plunge.
Now,
Uh,
actually,
there's a lot of athletes out there that swear by that.
yeah, that might. We've got one of the guys at the station's got a small ice bath container blow up at the station. We've been talking about doing it like once or twice a week, and I don't know. Call him up and say, hey, bring this up here. I need it today. And do it tomorrow on the way.
Yeah, yeah, I've thought about doing that. Supposedly, it's supposed to jumpstart something in your system.
Yeah, it's all kind of benefits from taking.
Yeah,
Now I've stuck my knees in it because I got a bad knee. I did that a couple weeks ago. I got a shot in my right knee Wednesday, a cortisone shot, so I could get some relief from it for the tournament that we just had. I taped it up really good Friday before we left.
from the sounds of it, it worked for you.
Yeah, it was hurting really bad after the first match. It hurt a little bit after the Makala competition, and then after my first match, it was really hurting. But then I had two more that I had to do. So, and after the first one, I guess it's the adrenaline that you got going on. It's kind of numb it a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I was telling you when you was saying earlier that you were starting to feel as yep, that adrenaline is wearing off.
I got about an hour on the road before my hip started hurting. My knee was killing me, but my hip didn't start hurting till about an hour later. And it's usually, you know, the the way it rolls. You after your sparring and competition and all that, you things start getting back to normal and your adrenaline drops and and you start feeling little aches and pains here and there. It's like, where do I hurt right now? But so
And
far, it's
you'll
just
be going to work tomorrow, won't you?
yeah. So far, it's just my knee and my hip. I don't feel anything else. Uh, I got to put a contact back in my right eye because it fell out during the sparring match.
That would absolutely suck, mess with your vision like that.
It's not too bad, but you know, got these big things to collect dust.
Collect the dust.
Yeah, yeah. I'll put these down at class, and I won grand champion on the sparring competition. You really can't see it
Oh,
that
so
much.
that's what that says, grand champion.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Another dust collector. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
I did taekwondo when I was just a kid.
uh,
Never did any competition. I was bad,
I
but
put yeah, have any competitions up in.
yeah, I was just good enough to make it up to the green level
Well, damn.
belt, and then I stopped because we moved. As this is when I was living in Florida, we moved to Arizona, and I went in to continue, but for whatever reason, um, the trainer over there, Sensei, whatever he was called over there, that did not like me at all.
Well, a lot of times when somebody is accustomed to, because every class is different, every instructor is different, even though they may be same styles, everything is different. And I get it because I stayed with my instructor for numerous years until he um, class over to somebody else. And the guy was a great instructor, the other guy,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same as my instructor. And I was a teenager too, so I had other interests. I dropped out for a number of years and got back into it when I was a young adult and been doing it ever since.
Yeah,
But
that not me.
we,
I don't know why he didn't like me, but it is what it is.
yeah.
Uh,
And it's,
when we moved over there, I was 9.
so you were in Arizona.
Yeah, for 1 year.
What part?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Phoenix.
Yeah.
Flagstaff is a place I'd love to go and
Yeah, we lived.
I would love to live there.
My dad and I actually tried to go through the map. Um, we lived like in the western part.
Right.
Um, we were west of 17 and somewhere like real close to 10. Uh,
We went out there a couple times on a school trip,
yeah.
and we went to Tucson and went to Old Tucson, the old western town that burnt down.
Okay.
Old Tucson was a movie set, and it was like it was big, it was huge, but it was basically an old western town. They used it for movies, and it was a tourist attraction with rides and like a little bitty Disneyland, but it was all western stuff. They had stunt shows with gunfights and bank robberies, stagecoach train robbery. They had public hangings. Uh, it was really cool. Um, they had a big list on the when you go in of what all movies were made there, like Cannonball Run. Um,
Oh, we probably passed through there because during that year we went into Mexico to Nogales, and they were right in, and I remember this clearly. They were right in the middle of a political campaign because there was a car driving by, and it was one of those old ways of campaigning where you had the speakers
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the top of the car. Uh, we didn't understand a word they were saying, but
Well, there was a movie set saloon in there too. It was on a sound stage, so it was actual. They built a saloon inside this building and
yeah,
had the bar and the poker tables and all that stuff. We got to
somebody
tour it and
shooting
take
off
some pictures.
fireworks here.
Huh?
Somebody shooting off fireworks here. I just heard it.
Yeah. But you know the rock group Rat, R-A-T-T,
The what?
the rock group, the heavy metal group from the '80s called Rat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they filmed Wanted Man in that saloon.
Okay.
I got pictures of somewhere of you in that saloon. I filmed that whole video there in old Tucson. It was really cool. It's probably my next to, I don't know. Striper's my number one. Then it's kind of a toss up between Alice Cooper and Rat.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the neighborhoods in the Tucson area. Not places I want to be in.
Oh yeah, it's like when I visited Baltimore many years ago to visit my aunt. Our old neighborhood was just it was horrible. There's no way in hell I would want to live there now.
I don't think I could ever live in the desert again.
You
Uh,
got to cut grass.
well, today wasn't bad. The last time I mowed the yard, it about killed me. Um, but I like the green, and plus seeing some of these homes, it's like there is no way I would want to live anywhere close to people like this.
Yeah, if I lived somewhere like that, it would be uh,
Oh, here's a nice one.
spaced out a little bit. I couldn't live in a little subdivision. It would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Having somebody like you, you're in your bedroom, you open up your bedroom wall or your bedroom wall. You open up your bedroom window, and you can basically reach out and shake hands with your neighbor through their window.
Yeah. Okay, so summer just went off again.
Fireworks?
Somebody's shooting off fireworks again.
I didn't hear it.
It's a regular occurrence over here. Um, a lot of people don't. A lot of people in this neighborhood do not like it. Um, they don't even like it when it's Fourth of July.
Right.
Okay, SummerSlam 2025 was held at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, Rutherford, New Jersey, which is to me is like one of the hot spots for them because I remember SummerSlam '89 was there at the I think they called it the Rutherford Arena at the time. I don't know if that's I think that's what it is, but MetLife Stadium um, has had two WrestleManias, 29 and 35, and now they have SummerSlam this year, and this year is the first two-night event, which I have read that after the success of SummerSlam this year, they are now considering in 2027 having the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, and Survivor Series to two nights.
Well, it makes good business sense if you do it that way. You're already there. You're already set up. You know, add more money to your rental fee or whatever. However they do all that. You're already set up. Why not go ahead and sell tickets for a second night?
Yeah.
and have a bigger, larger event because everything is already set up for you.
And
And then
plus,
not only that, you can go and film, get an early enough, you can go ahead and do Raw afterwards. You know, it's
they
just
won't do that in the stadium. They'll do that in the smaller arenas. Um,
what's up, Chris?
yeah, they won't have Raw and SmackDown in the actual stadiums, although that would be pretty cool. Um,
You
but
could
no,
still
they're
do
going
it,
to
man.
hold it at the smaller arenas. Um,
Which I'm sure they have enough equipment to have a big event set up, and they can already go to a smaller venue somewhere close and have a whole another setup.
well, they do that at WrestleMania
Yeah, um, ready to go.
because usually where SmackDown and Raw are during WrestleMania, that's also where they have the Stand and Deliver event.
Um, I don't want to get off topic, but it's not really off topic, but it's something just reminded me of the old setup. They keep on calling it gorilla position. I was watching a video yesterday about gorilla position, and I think they got that name from actually Gorilla Monsoon, who was actually years ago actually doing the gorilla position.
Yeah, they renamed that area after he died, called it the
Yeah,
Gorilla Position. That was where he would be to produce the show.
right. That was a
Yeah.
little
Uh,
bit of history there.
there's also a sign with a gorilla on it. Uh,
I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, it is. It they have been naming certain things after people because there was another thing. I don't even remember what it was, but Triple H made reference to the Shield corner. So when you're looking at the ring from the hard camera, it's on the
Right?
right hand side in the back where all the wrestlers come in. Triple H now calls that the Shield corner.
Okay.
I don't even remember what I was watching, but he was directing cameras, saying get a shot at the go to the Shield corner for.
Well, that makes good sense to name something instead of camera one, camera two, camera three. You got some over there already set up. All right, give me shield camera. Yeah, that makes more sense.
No, not the cameras. They
Just
probably
the
still
area.
do camera one, two, and three, but they're just naming the different areas
I
after.
got you. I got you.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see to what others they're naming after people. But I do like that. Um,
You see a lot of stuff on, see a lot of stuff online with, posts. At least I do. People are just bashing, Triple H, and not everybody, just some. That he's running the ground, running the ground. I was like, I think he's doing a hell of a damn job.
well, it's not Triple H. Are they talking about the storylines that they're doing, or are they talking about the business decisions that they've been making? Because the business decisions are being made by Nick Khan, not Triple H.
Which I know we're talking about SummerSlam and all that here, but huge. I don't know what they're thinking on this ESPN thing. I do not like that. I don't think that is a good decision for the long term. Yeah, you got a bunch of money off of it, but I think they're going to realize that their viewership's going to go down because this whole ESPN. Because I'm not paying $30 for an ESPN
That
subscription. Not.
yeah, that's the thing there. And they're talking about the way that I'm understanding it, that it is only for the PLEs, meaning it sounds like that they are not going to be moving all of their content over to ESPN. That's the way I'm understanding it.
Now, if they do it that way and I can still get on Peacock and watch my replay, fine, put it on ESPN. I don't give a shit. I'll still watch a replay anyway.
Yeah, so I
Yeah, but I don't have cable. Works really great for people that's got cable.
yeah. Well, it's you
No other
don't
channel.
necessarily have to have ESPN. You can have like a number of different things. They had a list of it.
I
Hulu.
got Nick. I got Netflix and Peacock. That's it. I ain't getting a third freaking thing. Now
Yeah.
I do have Prime. I do have Prime or Paramount through uh,
I don't.
Walmart Plus.
I don't think those were listed.
No, they're not.
Hulu. I want to say YouTube Live was on that list. There's like 6 or 7 of them saying that if you have these, then you can use like a code where you can be able to go to ESPN, use that, and then watch it. Um,
I wish, and I understand it's a business decision where you're getting money for this show and money for that show, money for PLEs. I wish they had it back to the network, the WWE
yeah,
network. You pay one subscription and you got it all.
I know. I
And
know. But I think they're seeing, well, if we put this on this one, this over there, our most loyal fans are going to subscribe to all of these things.
yeah, I mean, I'm loyal, but I'm not spending $30 on. And I used to pay for pay per views. Back in the day, we'd do the WCW, and when we had cable back when I was younger, my uncle would pay for one, and I would pay for the other one.
Yeah,
So he would pay for WCW, and I would pay for the WWF one at the time. I paid for the WWE, so we basically got both of them for one price.
right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
I was really hoping that next year everything would switch over to Netflix so that I could end my Peacock subscription and go over to Netflix. And now that's not going to happen.
right.
So I don't know.
I, I I like Peacock and I like Netflix because there's different shows which one. The only reason I got Paramount because it was free with my Amazon Prime and not Amazon Prime, but Walmart Plus. Uh, oh man, I like Netflix. It's got some good shows. The Ozark, that is a freaking awesome show. It's been out for a long
I've
time.
heard of it.
That is a awesome freaking show.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of discouraged. I'm hoping that in the next few months they will, I'm sure the fan reaction is going to make them think, oh, well, maybe we better rethink this or try to restructure this somehow. Um,
It would be good to see just like the whole Ron Killings, and the Cody thing. It's like people out there chanting
right.
something, as far as that goes. Maybe they'll get some change done.
Because
But who knows?
I'm not too thrilled about. I understand why they're doing it, and it makes sense not just from a business perspective, but it also helps with the legitimacy of the entire company by going to ESPN. Um, so I get that.
Yeah, Chris, if they get with their lawyers and all that, I'm sure they'll come up with something. But who knows?
I'm sure they can restructure
Money in the tail.
anything if they want to.
Yeah, get
Uh,
the money back, rip the contract up. How about that?
from what I read, Nick Khan actually used to work at ESPN. Um, China. Where the hell are you?
Oh, while he's searching all that, little announcement that Monday, time to be determined. Uh,
Here we go.
we're gonna have a special show Monday uh, for our first inductee into the Marks of Wrestling Hall of Fame. We pretty much unanimously chose this first one. And we'll set towards the end of the show.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. About this one. Okay, I'm not seeing anything about him working at ESPN, but I could have
Tony Khan,
read
Genghis Khan,
about him working there.
Nick Khan, Tony Khan, Genghis Khan.
There's nothing on Wikipedia about him.
Genghis Griff.
Come on. Did
Hey, Chris, have you ever ate Mongolian stir fry? That is some good shit.
uh, okay, here we go. Yes, Nick Khan did work for ESPN before joining WWE. He held a significant position there, especially in the mid 2000s. Um, Khan's past role at ESPN is a major factor in his strong relationship with the network now as president of WWE. So it was 20 years ago that he worked there. Um, he held a role in the '04 to '07 time frame. Uh, Nothing specific, but 20 years ago he did work there for a time. So, so which is probably why he was able to get them over there.
Yeah,
But
he's already got connections there, so
yeah,
working with him, understand. It's a
and when
win-win.
it comes to
It's a
big
win-win,
business, connection is everything,
right? It's a win-win for both sides of business wise.
right? So
So let's get on to SummerSlam.
yes, MetLife Stadium. So this is the third major PLE that they had. The two WrestleManias and now this SummerSlam. Um, Attendance. This is what gets me because I I don't get this. 53,000 the first night and 60,000 the second night. Now, from what I recall, that building was looking pretty packed on the first night. So, where did the other 7,000 seats come from?
That's a lot of extra chairs to put out.
Right. Um, and people took chairs home the first night. I was watching a video this morning. A guy named Troy Dan. He's a gamer, and he uses his earnings from that to go to WWE events. He went to WrestleMania. I watched a video on that one. It's actually quite good the way that he does it. Um, he does this annoying thing with like clips of him drinking water for like a minute straight. Like he puts in 20 different clips of him doing that. Oh man, it's so annoying. But yet a lot of people seem to love that.
There's a lot of weird, crazy stuff people put online, and then it's insane that people watch. A lot of people are watching it. I
Yeah.
understand what people do.
I was actually looking for him at SummerSlam because he's from Canada, so so it's a lot closer to him than WrestleMania was. But I couldn't find him. But he was there. He was second row, way off to the side, but still facing the hard camera.
I think the whole, and they've been doing that for a while. They've been doing that the ringside seats with the pay per view decorations all over, artwork all over the seat. You get to take those home. I think that's a plus to pay that kind of money for ringside seat. Then hey, I get to take my seat home with me.
Yeah.
What
So
a lot of
altogether, they had just under 114,000 people. So it is the largest SummerSlam ever, attendance wise. Um, Match wise, not so much.
yeah,
They
like
had 13 matches total.
oh, okay, I got you. 12 technically. That other match kind of
Yep.
towards the end of the first night was an add-on that didn't last very long. But to
Still a
me,
match. Still a
huh,
match.
the match.
It may have lasted 10 seconds, but it was still a match.
To me, the first night, and I think me and you discussed this on chat about the first night was freaking awesome from beginning to end. I didn't like the outcome of the last match, but Uh, I
Well,
understand.
we speculated on what was going to happen, and it
Right.
turned out we were right.
The first night beats the second night hands down. Now I'm gonna go on
I agree with you on that one as a whole.
yeah, as a whole, first night was better than the second night because the second night had decent matches, but some of them were like, I don't know, after watching these, like that wasn't that good of a match.
Not as exciting in one match as expected, and the other match was just uh, what some people would call a botch fest. Uh, can't wait to get into that one. Yeah, Chris never saw it because he was investigating at the old Abbey in Colorado.
Which one was the botch fest?
Becky and Lyra.
Yeah, I
I
saw. I know what you're talking about
about, yep.
now.
But we'll get into that
Cage,
one later.
the cage match was crap.
Yeah, it
But
wasn't
I
exciting.
understand what they're doing. It takes time to build, but anyway,
Yeah. So they start off tonight with this local guy. I don't even remember Breland singing "God Bless America." I no clue who he is. They had been bringing people on to sing the openings at these events, and I have no clue who they are.
yeah.
It,
I know who Cardi B is just because you just I don't listen to that type of music. I don't understand why they brought her in there. Now I watched
at
the
least she was a little more exciting in how she presented it than shit. What's her name? Sexy Red.
they were they were she was reading off a teleprompter.
I heard that.
It was a situation where I was very busy that weekend, so time I got to actually watching it, I'm watching it and I'm able to skip through stuff I don't want to see commercials and entrances. I don't most of the entrances. Um, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will give you that.
Yeah, because I forget which event Sexy Red hosted, but she literally went in. Welcome to WrestleMania. I hope you all enjoy the show. It's like, holy cow!
Yeah,
What?
it's like yeah,
Yeah, and they wanted to bring her back. I heard. Why? She was terrible. She
yeah.
didn't do anything.
I don't understand, and I don't know. Maybe they're getting some money for. Maybe they're not really. Maybe they got some kind of business deal with Cardi or some of these performers to You pay us this amount of money, you come in and promote your, your album or yourself or this or that.
Well,
It makes it's like advertising.
at least with her, she had some excitement in her voice. The only thing about her that I did not like is that after every sentence, she screamed.
It's just
Yeah, I thought that was totally unnecessary.
it's you know I'm not a fan of the hip hop and rap and all that stuff anyway. So
Neither am I, unless they bring Snoop Dogg in. I like it when they bring him in.
you want Flavor Flav too?
Well, not so much. Although it would be pretty cool if during a match he comes out and then he takes that big clock and hits somebody with it. That spot there would be cool.
Yeah,
But otherwise, Snoop Dogg he actually has a history with the company.
yeah.
Uh,
He's
all
actually been.
so I like seeing him.
It's
Uh,
kind of like kind of off subject, but it's kind of like the Super Bowl. Like these Super Bowl shows, big band or big performer and all that. It's like this. I don't even remember who it was. I remember it was horrible. That last Super Bowl halftime show was just horrendous. It's been years since they've had a decent act at the Super Bowl.
uh, Aside from this year's halftime, the last halftime I recall seeing was when they had all the rappers together: Snoop, Eminem, uh, Dr. Dre. They had the rap legends on this one.
Yeah, yeah. That was last year, or not last year, but the year before, I do believe. It's like my wife was like, oh,
I don't remember.
listen,
And there was one Super Bowl a few years ago where they had The Rock come in and do the opening, and he opened it in his rock persona. Um, I just loved the hell out of that one.
now I remember Aerosmith. I remember Tom Petty. I remember Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson show was damn good.
He was,
Jackson.
let's see, I think he was the second major halftime show, because before they used to do the like college bands, like marching bands, and then they decided to do
It's a whole,
stars.
it's a whole big production. So totally separate production now.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
and you have to do it all in a half hour or something like that.
yeah.
But here's the thing that gets me: they expect the performers to pay them to perform.
Hmm.
What? You're making enough money as it is. You pay me. You're the one that want me there.
You want to have a shit show or you want to have a good show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, um, so first the opening match, which made total sense. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. To me, this one here is it's real close, but I'm gonna give this one second best match of the night
Let me- so
because
here we go.
I thought CM Punk and Gunther was really good. Um,
Yeah, that was a damn good match.
but Roman and Jay,
Okay, okay.
what they did in the middle of the match went back to. Um, do you remember Too Cool and Rikishi?
Yes.
So in the middle of the match, all of a sudden they start doing this thing here, and then they play the music, and then they do the yeet thing. That harkens back to Too Cool.
Yeah, I would say I'm gonna agree with you. That was probably the second best match of the night. Not that any match was uh, bad. Um, I mean,
Now
like I
they
said,
didn't have a
this
bad
match,
match at all on the first night.
first match was first night was good.
Yeah.
Um, I will agree with you. That's probably the second best with being behind. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that or not.
No, I don't hear anything.
Sirens.
Uh,
Uh,
you're off. You worry about it tomorrow.
yeah, with CM Punk and Gunther being the next best match of the night.
Yeah. Um,
Third, I would probably say Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Judgment Day. To me, um, I was excited with that whole outcome.
my third match. You're gonna hate me for this one. Would be the other tag match of the night. And
Really,
yeah,
really.
I thought that match was really good for what they had.
And I'm very surprised at Jelly Roll's performance.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a couple little things in there that it's and it's timing. It's timing on a lot of things where he's
Experience.
right, and he's setting up to get splashed, and it's like I'm laying here, and I'm gonna lay here with my hands across for 30 seconds, waiting for him to splash me. You know,
And he was holding his head up too.
yeah, that and the whole. There was one point where he was on the announce table, and he kind of scooted himself up on the announce table a little bit more. I was like, gosh, damn, that's
Yeah. But
pretty obvious.
that, like you said, time and experience. But I thought that was a damn good match for being his first match.
Yeah, he stepped up, and it wasn't like Snoop's. Was it Snoop? Did the elbow drop? The the people's elbow, the worst people's elbow I've ever
That
seen.
wasn't even supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's like you know,
Shane got hurt. They had to come up with something on the fly.
yeah, exactly. Chris says as bad as waiting for a high flyer to wait to jump off the top. Where you got two ring, and I've seen this in some matches where they got the camera on the person climbing the rope, and then they pan out, and you got these two that are standing there looking for like seems 15 seconds. Like they don't know what the hell the person on the top rope is fixing to do.
You won't see Samoa Joe standing there waiting 15 seconds. He walks away. But no, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So even though he has not been champion now for a year and a half, Roman Reigns still has that aura. When he comes out, he owns everything out there.
Yeah.
He
Uh,
just has that presence about
hey,
him.
Kate. Kate just popped in.
Oh, hey, Kate. Yeah, Roman has that presence about him. When he comes out, all eyes are on him. It doesn't matter who is with him. That even happened with Cody.
You said it didn't happen with Cody.
No, it did happen with Cody
Oh yeah.
when they tagged together last year. Cody came out first, and then when Roman came out, it was just a different feeling.
It's kind of like old school Hulk Hogan.
Yes,
When that music hits, boom, everybody is like, you know, adrenaline rush.
Roman has reached that level where he is the living
He,
legend.
like The Rock. When The Rock's music hit, love him or hate him.
The Rock, Undertaker.
Yeah, when the bell hits, it's a totally different. Oh my God, it's Everybody goes nuts, including me.
Did you see? Did you see the clips of Undertaker when he confronted Trick Williams?
Yes, yes,
So Trick was he was out there calling him out, pacing the ring and everything. And as soon as that gong hit, his face changed. It's like
yeah. Stone Cold Last
it's
Shadow.
about to get real now.
It's all right, Kate. Stick around. We'll teach you a thing or two about the wrestling
We'll
world.
educate you.
And yes, before you ask in the comments, we know it's not fake. It's predetermined, it's scripted, predetermined winners, much like a movie or a TV show.
Paul Heyman was he was interviewed a couple days ago by Ariel. Uh, he was the big interviewer before people started backing Chris Van Vliet. Ariel Hawani, I think his name is. So he had Paul Heyman on, and Paul was talking about that very thing is about the whole fake, predetermined, scripted thing, and because he was making his case about why WWE belongs to ESPN. But we can get into that later. So what I especially like about this tag match is, in a way, it's kind of drawn back to what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre did last year with the bracelet. This year, they're now doing it with Roman shoes,
Yeah,
and now Bronson has two pairs of Roman shoes.
yeah, Chris. I had a comment in my head, but I don't think I'm gonna say it. Keep that. I'll keep that to myself.
And and Bronson Reed is now being referred to as the tribal thief with the Shula Fala.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's funny.
It is funny. And what better way to get under Roman's skin than using terminology like that?
Yeah,
Uh, Roman on camera, it looked like he had a bit of a scare when he jumped out of the ring onto Braun and Bronson. He they were too close, so he was overshooting
he
them, and
was over top of him. Yeah, it was almost like he landed, barely even caught him. Caught him.
right.
Um,
But I found other camera angles, and it was smooth. He ducked his head. It was like he
he did
just
what he was supposed to do.
yeah, just like that. He was able to get him in a spot where he was in no danger of being hurt,
Yeah,
even though the camera that they were using for the pay per view looked like, oh shit,
yeah, he's way over.
yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
Chris says saw an AI ad said Roman was going to sign a shoe deal with Nike. He's got to keep his damn shoes to get a damn shoe deal. He needs to just start wearing sandals to the damn ring.
Actually, there was a picture of that somebody made of him wearing sandals, um, and it's going to get to that point. Uh, I bet you at one of these PLEs, it'll
He's going
be
to
Roman versus Bronson, and instead of wearing boots, his wrestling boots, he's going to come out in sandals and wrestle barefoot against him. I bet you that's what's going to happen.
or they'll have a match, for all the shoes that he stole. That's the prize.
Yeah.
Wild Samoan
There you
barefoot.
go. Go Wild
You
Samoan.
know, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Can you
So
imagine his
that
hair?
may end up
Can you
happening.
imagine? Yeah, can you imagine his hair all out like the wild Samoans used to have?
Well, I don't know if they go that far. But they could. It'd be a um, nice little tribute to his father and uncle.
Yeah, super fly.
That was another one that would get big pops.
Yeah, and he wrestled barefoot.
He was kind of back and forth. He wrestled barefoot, and then he had boots on, and then he was barefoot again. He was kind of back and forth on that.
Well, you think about it too. Walk into the ring barefoot in some of those arenas, and just the stuff that's on your feet. I'd imagine
Yeah, I'd be
now you see a
great
lot of wrestlers.
for it.
You see a lot of wrestlers wiping their feet on the apron when they come up.
Oh, they've been doing that for decades.
Yeah, and people were asking why they do that because you don't. They were walking all in bathrooms and everywhere else. It's a respect thing to
Right.
come the guy you're working with. You don't come in there with urine on the bottom of your damn feet when you come in and kicking them out.
Yeah. So an important moment happened in this match that we're seeing more character development even on Roman, um, where he actually literally took a bullet for his family when he pushed Jay out of the way and
Yeah,
took the spear from Braun.
yeah.
That was a big moment.
It's that whole used to be acknowledge me. I am tribal chief. You do what I say. The whole
Oh,
being
he still
a
does the acknowledge me thing.
right, but it's all I'm on a pedestal type character. The character.
Yeah.
I'm on this pedestal, and you're going to basically worship me. Now he's being he's not being selfish with the storyline.
Yeah, so we're seeing additional layers to him,
Right.
and it is so good.
Well,
It
and
is so good.
that's a lot of wrestlers. People get caught up in the. I see it all the time on comments about I don't know why they why he won, they cheated, blah blah blah, and it's like it's scripted, dude. This is just part of the storyline. But and you see comments, people hate this wrestler for this or dislike this wrestler for this or that. And it's like playing a character. I'll give an example. Brock Lesnar. They said Brock Lesnar is one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. Kane, uh, outside, his persona on the, regular guy. You know,
I don't really hear that about Brock unless you're somebody that's close to Brock. Otherwise, I have heard that he's kind of standoffish.
he's a very private individual.
Yes,
Um,
but if you are like a friend of his, not just an acquaintance, but a friend of his, then yeah, he is the nicest guy. If not, good luck. Good luck.
he's going to be very oozy. Yeah. That Sami Zayn clip, it doesn't feel very oozy. Had
I
him on
don't know of any spot better or funnier than that. And the way it looks like that Roman and Jay weren't expecting that either.
right. It kind of broke
That's the
character a little
way
bit.
that Jay reacted.
Yeah, they're snickering about it.
You're not feeling very oozy.
Yeah,
I think that was a legitimate response right there.
you can see, because it was always in the business, trying to get Taker to break character for years, and you can always tell when he's about there because
Yeah.
he'll catch himself real quick. Uh, One of the best was when Stone Cold just keeps on repeating what Vince is saying and slaps him on the chest, tells him to do that again, you're gonna drop like a nub. That was when he was American Badass.
Uh, there's another one with Stone Cold that he did where Stone Cold had a guitar. Um, but one that I think almost
And
broke
Kumbaya,
one that almost broke him was Kurt Angle when he had that ridiculous wig.
yeah, and that little bitty brother he had on too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
those were good days.
okay, so Roman Reigns and Jey Uso get the win. Jey gets the pin over Bronson. Um, and then they do their yeet thing again. And then we go into a commercial break for 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, I did not. I fast forward to it. I was almost caught up with the pay per view time I got done. You know,
Yeah.
fast forwarding everything.
Well, I got a funny story to tell you about one of them ads. That's on night two. So the next match, Charlotte and Alexa versus Raquel and Roxanne. It was almost a given that Charlotte and Alexa were going to win. It
It
was
was
almost a given.
it was a good match all the way around. Uh,
Yeah. I was expecting Raquel and Roxanne to start fighting each other, but it never happened.
right, Perez has really stepped up and done really well in her matches, especially with tag team titles. I'm still waiting for uh, her and Dom to get involved somehow or another, and Liv pops back up. You know,
Yeah, that's gonna be a biggie.
yeah.
Um, and it's hard to believe that Roxanne is only 23 years old. And
When now one part of the match where I thought, oh crap, this is not going to be well. When Alexa hits Charlotte falls back. I was like, oh crap, they're fixing to implode.
she teased it.
She did, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
she
no,
teased it.
no, don't. And of course,
Yeah. Uh, and then you see her mouth something is like not you or I'm not coming after you, something like that. She said something, and
during yeah,
to Alexa because Alexa was looking at her like, oh no,
shit.
and Charlotte said something to her, and then she went and gave Raquel the boot.
I wish I like Alexa Bliss's character, but she's got the ring attire and the doll and all that, but she to me is not the dark character. She's just dressed like it. I want to see her, and that would be pretty cool if her and Charlotte would, because now she's carrying around another doll that's got blonde hair.
Charlie,
Yeah, so I would like to see them. I would like to see Charlotte kind of take that little dark turn, even if it's for 4 or 5 months.
we might see it. And wouldn't it be cool? Think about this. So you got the Wyatt Six. Now, have Uncle Howdy not actually be a part of the six. He's just a leader of the six. And then you have 3 and 3: Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, and Eric Rowan. And then Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair. There's your Wyatt six with Uncle Howdy over all of them.
Right, like before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that would be really interesting to watch, especially with Charlotte because she is has always been more or less by herself. Um, I think this is let's see. I think she's won a tag title before. Uh, yeah, Alexa and Asuka. So she won a tag title with Asuka. So this would be interesting to see her in a team setting or even in a faction setting.
yeah.
So, but we got to get there first. Um, and then think of this: Liv comes back, and there's no blow up between her and Roxanne. Everything is fine. Think of a 6-on-6 match between Wyatt Six versus Judgment Day. They've already got Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv.
Right.
Then you have Finn, JD, and Dom. Wouldn't that be an exciting match?
That would. With Liv getting hurt and injured, it kind of threw the storyline off. I think they had to redirect the whole
They were going to have
Dom, and
Bella.
yeah, they had to change everything up on that. Even Finn, Finn kind of being the behind the scene instigator, but not really
The
making it.
instigator.
Yeah, he's doing stuff to kind of get under the skin. I think eventually we're going to see uh, Finn and Roxanne versus Dom and Liv.
From what I've read, that was their initial goal for SummerSlam. Um, and then Liv got hurt.
That would be cool. Or just could do a War Games Funhouse match type thing. That would be cool.
Ooh, that would be something like that. They would need to do like a cinema thing, like Bray and John Cena did at WrestleMania 36.
Right.
That would have, yeah. But no, I like the War Games thing, having all 12 of them in there, men and women. I don't think that's ever been done before.
How would you even do that? I don't know how you'd even do that with women and men being mixed because everybody's in there together.
They would probably they they would probably have to have man and woman go in at the same time.
Yeah. Well, once everybody's in there, it's everybody against team against team,
Yeah.
male or female.
So they
It
would
would make for some very interesting move sets.
it would it would they would probably have to start out with 2 men and 2 women, um, and then 5 minutes later, another man and woman come in, and then just keep going that way.
Right.
It'd be different, but I would like to see that if they can pull that off.
That would be good.
Yeah. Um, but I'm happy to see Charlotte and Alexa get their tag titles, especially for Alexa, considering that she had been gone for 2 years.
Yeah. And I'm hoping they don't do this route. I hope they don't have them where they turn against each other, and I hope that I hope that's not the overall outcome. Um, Charlotte is getting well over with the fans now that she's with Alexa.
Yes.
I would like to see them
Yeah.
stay together for a while, even if they're not tag champions later on down the road. They're still eventually becoming friends because they're wearing those shirts. We're not friends. Um,
Can we say the F word now?
yeah,
No.
and then you got the whole cake issue the other night.
Oh yeah. Um, Alexa just turned 34, which it's hard to believe that she has been
Been
around
here that long.
already.
Yeah,
Um, no, originally they had planned on Charlotte versus Alexa at SummerSlam, and then once they started hearing the fan reaction, they changed their mind. Okay, no, we got to put these two together.
yeah.
Um,
And I hope it stays that way. I hope it stays that way for a
I do
while.
too. I hope that they hold on to the titles for a while. But here's the thing: it seems like almost every team that has held the women's tag team championship, somebody gets hurt every single time. Some
God, Charlotte's had her damn share of it.
Yeah, somebody last year said that she thought that the women. I think it was Raquel that said it. She thought that the women's tag team titles might be cursed because of how many injuries, how many women have gotten hurt while holding those titles.
Got to hold on. Got Johnny something.
Journey song. Uh,
Don't
I
stop
know
the
a few
beat.
Journey songs, but that one is not quite ringing a bell. Okay, next match: Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross.
Is that not a Bon Jovi thing? Got to hold on to what we got. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not.
Huh?
You got to hold on to what we got. That's also in a Bon Jovi song.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, next match.
Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross. Um, so this has been going on for some time now. Karrion is getting super over with the fans.
I just don't feel it myself personally.
Well, he's doing a hell of a lot better than the last time when they brought him out in this gladiator outfit.
WWE is not. WWE is known for having characters that just, what are you thinking?
Yeah, well, that certainly wasn't working out for him. But what he's got going on now is better. I just hated seeing the abrupt end of the faction that he did have, APA and Paul Ellering. It's like all of a sudden those three guys are gone, and it's just him. No explanation.
They have a new APA.
They got rid of APA.
Oh, you talking about?
Oh
You
no
talking,
no 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 AOP
okay, I was going to say.
AOP Authors of Pain.
I thought you were talking about the original APA. It's like that. That was a tag that. I mean, I love that. That
Those
was.
guys would have fit
That
in
was.
well with Carrie, and I think yeah AOP. Um, ah, it's been a long day. Back off. Sammy got the win. So there was a stipulation added to this. Whoever lost was supposed to admit to the other person he was wrong. That did not happen at SummerSlam. far as I know, that did not happen at Raw. So, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they're actually done, even though you could visibly see Sammy telling him that they were done
Yeah,
after he pinned him.
yeah. I don't know what else they have in the storyline for them. You know, he needs somebody else mixed in. I think if he got him a tag partner, um, I think he would do better.
Who would be a good
I don't
person
know.
to tag with? I don't know either. Because with the way that his character is, I don't see unless they brought somebody in,
Uh,
like maybe somebody from his past.
yeah, I'm just not feeling that whole Sami Zayn, you know, feud. I'm hoping they kind of go in a different direction with it now. I mean, how many times can Sammy pin him? You know, it's still not. Uh,
Well, as far as I know, they have had three matches. Sammy's won two of them. He's won the two matches that they had at PLEs, and
and
Kieran
Sammy,
pinned him on an episode of Raw.
right? And Sammy's done it without stooping to heel type tactics.
Right. Although he was conflicted.
Right.
Scarlett brought out that lead pipe, and Sammy tossed it out. And the way that he tossed it out, I thought for sure that it was going to bounce off the steps and into the crowd.
Oh, and was it that one? No, that was the other thing. We'll bring that up. Maybe I'll remember it.
Uh, yeah,
There
because
was a episode in one of the other. There was a scene in one of the other matches where steps got hit, and you could later on see in a match where it dented the steps.
oh, I didn't see that part.
But we'll get into that for the second night.
No, no. This one here was at SummerSlam. He had the pipe. He threw it
Mhm.
down. It hit the steps and ricocheted to the barrier. But the way that it looked, I thought for a second there that it
I
was going
thought
to
it
go
hit.
up into the fans.
Well, there was some shrapnel for one of the matches on the second night that ended up in the stands.
I don't recall that.
But we'll get to that in the second night again.
Uh, oh, okay. No, I think I know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where they're going to go with both of them, actually.
Then he laid down the pipe.
Shut up, Chris.
Then he laid the pipe.
He's trying to go down another rabbit hole here.
He is. He
All
is.
right, next match. Tiffany Stratton defending the women's championship against Jade Cargill.
I was surprised at the outcome.
I was too.
I just knew they were going to give it to Jade.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. Um, but I've got to admit, I saw some improvement in Jade this time around.
Yeah. There's still something missing. I just don't. I can't put my finger on it. There's still something missing with her character. Um, I don't know if it's mic skills or what.
My skills, I think, are kind of iffy. She just has that presence about her. It's just that her ring work still has a way.
Isn't quite right there.
Yeah,
Isn't quite top notch yet.
yeah. And considering that she's been there with them now for 2 years, but then again, look at Dominic.
Yeah, but Dominic's got it. he's got it. He's got it going on moveset wise.
Right.
Um,
So, but Jade has gotten better. Um, Again, I'm shocked that she didn't win the title, but I'm actually glad. Although to me, Tiffany has gotten kind of stale.
I agree.
She's like a
I want to see. I want to see Soul Luca come in and her and Tiffany have a match for the title.
that would be good.
That's gonna be a good match.
That would be good. But the thing I'd be afraid about that would be that there are too many backflips. Um,
It can't be any worse than the Usos fighting each other and super kicking each other for 30 minutes.
Touche. Yeah, that match was terrible. Um, but at least with Tiffany and Soul, they got some really exciting things, and they don't do the same thing.
Right.
So yeah, it'd be fun there. Um, and I also read the other day that they are now considering moving Soul up to the
I
main.
saw that. I saw, and I'm agreeing with it as long as they've got a direction for it. Just don't throw her in there and don't have
Right.
anything for her to do.
Yeah. Um, and if they're going to do that, I think they need to have Zarya turn on her and take the North American title from her. I think that would be a good way for Soul to move up. Um, but as far as Tiffany goes, I have been bored with the kind of character that she's doing right now.
I think it's I think it's time for her to reinvent herself.
She needs to, because she doesn't have that top level presence or promo work. Not like Naomi does.
Right. And she reinvented herself.
She did, yes,
She went heel and reinvented herself, and I'm sure it was it was already a plan ahead of time. This is what I'm going to do. When I turn heel. I'm
right.
still waiting. I'm still waiting for. I want to see if they would take Jade and really push this storyline with her and Bianca and Naomi again. I don't think they'd be able to do it.
I'm starting to wonder if they're ever going to do something there. 'Cause there hasn't. I know that Jade beat Naomi a couple times now, but it still doesn't feel like that they have had a proper payoff.
Right. It's like they're doing stuff, really not doing anything with Bianca. She's
Well,
there, but
they
she's
can't.
not.
She's still her finger is still healing.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because she broke her finger at WrestleMania.
Okay.
So that's why she hasn't been around. That's why I was surprised that she was the special guest referee, especially since she's had to slam the mat with her hand.
Right. Maybe she was doing it with the other hand.
Right. Uh, so maybe after she comes back, they're going to do something with the three of them again. Because I still feel like Bianca is supposed to be the one that attacked Jade.
Right.
So I don't know. Oh, in between the Sammy match and the Jade match, they did another tribute to Hulk Hogan. Um, I was disappointed that they didn't do a 10 bell salute.
And I can see why they didn't because they already did it. Nick Hogan was out in the crowd.
Yeah, he was out there. His
Both
wife
nights.
was with him. Um, Now, since we're talking about that, I need to throw this in there. A lot of people were giving Brooke Hogan shit about not being there, and she said that she wasn't invited.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
Well, there was a big rift between her and Hogan.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Um, and I don't. I they nobody has said anything if there is an issue between her and Nick.
Yeah, yeah. You can't choose your family,
No,
you know.
no. But still, I was glad that they did a tribute to him. But they only did it on night one. They didn't do anything on night two. So I was a
They
little
did show
surprised.
Nick on night two. So
Huh?
I said they did show Nick on night two as well.
Yeah, they did show him, but they didn't do like a
Doing
video thing.
yeah,
Um, but it was nice to hear his music playing in the stadium.
yeah,
Uh, and it'll probably be the last time that that song ever gets played inside of an arena stadium, at
yeah,
least with them. Um, still doesn't feel like that. He's gone now.
yeah.
All right, next match. This is one I really liked. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Now, I was invested in this one mainly because Logan Paul called Jelly Roll an outsider, and he doesn't like outsiders in
Yeah,
WWE.
hypocritical, but it's a good way to like, um, I guess, give some substance to Logan Paul and like, get us talking like we are now about the whole situation. You are the outsider. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You know,
So he's more of a he's still an outsider, but he's more of a quasi outsider.
he
Uh,
he didn't come up into wrestling the same way most everybody else did.
right.
Now, with that being said, he has got some insane ring skills for the amount of time he's been there. And I know we've said this before. It's like
He's
he
better
should
than
not be that
any
good,
of the wrestlers out there.
right? He should not be as good as he is, not growing up and basically paying his dues in the wrestling ring for many years.
Right. But to his credit, he does have a ring set up somewhere, and because he's shown videos of him practicing certain things and then splices it where he goes into a move on the ring that he's got set up, and it transitions to what he's doing at the arena.
Right.
Um, but no, Logan Paul is so good. I just wish that he would be on a more full time schedule. But
Yeah. I didn't see the prime area get ransacked this last PLE.
no, but they were on the turnbuckles. The Prime logo was on the turnbuckles. Um,
That and the Slim Jim tables. I don't understand that whole thing.
Slim Jim's a sponsor.
Yeah, but I mean, me seeing Slim Jim's logo on a table they're fixing to destroy is not going to make me like, oh, I want a damn Slim
They,
Jim right now.
they're on every table.
Yeah,
Uh, well, think about this. Their slogan is "Snap into a Slim Jim."
snap
What
the
do you
table.
do? Yeah,
And they're still using Monto's, voice and all that in
I know, and I love that.
that's really cool.
Yes, I love that.
Oh yeah.
That is a great way of keeping him alive. Um, so going into this match, Jelly Roll had a goal of being under 300 pounds. And he said that he had not been under 300 pounds since high school.
And they were, I think Uncle Cole was in saying something about the weight loss that he had, and like he lost so many X pounds. Like, good lord, he was 500 pounds. He was over 500 pounds
Yes,
at one
he
time.
lost 230 pounds, 240.
Yeah.
And going into SummerSlam, he was at 299.
Yep.
That's,
They showed his wife out in the crowd too.
yes, they did.
I was like, good lord, how did you marry that?
They had been married for,
And she's some kind of model.
for 9 years.
Yeah, she's some kind of model too. Something.
Um, let's see. Bunny XL. That's the name that she goes by. Her real name is Alyssa DeFord. Well, his last name is DeFord. Um, but her
Yeah.
stage name is Bonnie XO. What is she famous for? She is model, podcast host, and social media personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's supposed to have like millions of viewers too. I've never heard of it.
Um, but it was just awesome to see her there, and the way that she was reacting and everything. Like, she was really supporting him. Um, so so Jelly Roll got is is a very lucky man to have somebody support him doing this.
Right. Right. Chris says, give me about 50 pounds of weight loss. I'll be good. I need to lose about 15.
I need to lose 100.
All in my stomach, right in my gut is where I need to lose it.
That's usually where it goes first. So so Jelly Roll, he was a big surprise in this match. They have been saying that he had been training for several months, and he's been training with a lot of the guys in NXT. Um, and I gotta say, you can tell he has put in the work.
Yeah, I didn't like the choke slam that he did. One of the choke slams he did, it just didn't sell.
That it took so long.
He It may have been on the pay per view or it may have been before that. He choke slammed somebody and he didn't sit down and go up with it. It was just kind of like, the guy the
Oh,
guy he choke slammed sold it really good. He jumped, but looked like Jelly Roll just kind of,
oh, Austin Theory.
yeah, he didn't come down before he went to pick him up. It was just like he did it all with his arm. And I was like, that didn't
Yeah,
look natural.
yeah. That was at SummerSlam last year.
Was it Summer that? I
Yep,
thought it
that was
was
at SummerSlam
recent.
last year. Because it was
Okay.
Roll, R Truth, uh, R Truth. Well, it was Jelly Roll. Okay, check this out. Um,
Doing his research.
event.
But he had some awesome.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Miz, R Truth, and Jelly Roll. and then Austin Theory and Grayson Waller came out. Okay, yeah. So Jelly Roll slammed Austin, and then he did the five knuckle shuckle thing on him. Yeah, and I think that was the catalyst for him to wanting to wrestle this year, and he did very good. I thought. Um, Joe Tessitore told him on the post show that he over delivered, in that he has every reason to be proud of himself, which I agree.
Yeah, he stepped up. He stepped. He wasn't just a regular celebrity come in there and just do some,
Right.
a couple moves that didn't look good. He looked really good.
There was
Uh,
one spot that um, that I thought was exceptional, and it was when Logan was jumping off the top rope onto Jelly, and Jelly grabbed him and slammed him.
Standing, yeah,
Yeah,
caught him standing.
it looked just like what a veteran wrestler would have done.
Right.
Um, the only thing I didn't like was the way that he would lay down and reposition himself. But
That's
to be fair, most of the wrestlers reposition themselves anyway.
they do, but it doesn't stick out so much to where got your hands down and you're waiting. You know,
Right.
they and that's timing on that's experience on the guys that's been in there and doing it. They're laying there and then at last minute they brace. Um,
Chris and I were talking about that. Wait, what were we talking? No, Chris and I wouldn't have been talking about that because he was investigating. So I was talking to somebody, and it was brought up about him crossing his arms like that, and I had made mention that Vince McMahon did the same thing when he wrestled Shawn Michaels at one of the WrestleManias. I forget which WrestleMania it was, but Shawn had put a trash can over him and put him on a table, and Vince just laid there, crossed his arms, waiting for Shawn to come down on with the with the elbow from the top rope.
yeah,
So again, Vince McMahon wasn't very experienced in the ring either, but
no man who tears both quads out climbing in the ring.
yeah. So, but either way, uh, another thing that I liked about this match was at the beginning when Jelly Roll wanted to start the match off, and it was him and Logan, and then Drew came in. Randy's begging for the tag. Jelly saying, "No, no, I will handle this." He gets in he gets into Drew's face, and then you see that look in his face, like shit.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, it's like, yep, you're in for it now because you're really gonna get it with Drew.
yeah. Uh,
Uh, to me, that was the third best match of the night, um, because I thought Jelly Roll did so good with considering that it was his first ever match.
yeah, I got that rated as the fourth best on my side of it.
Yeah. Um, and it sounded like that Randy and Jelly were going over, but Jelly said he wanted to lose. He told Triple H he wanted to lose and he wanted to be the one to be pinned because now he has motivation to come back.
Right.
Um, I would not be at all surprised to see him at the very least in the Rumble.
And it would be, it's better for him to lose than for Randy to lose.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
wait. Hold on. The Rumble's going to be in Saudi. Uh, so I don't know how, if they will have him come out to Saudi for that. So maybe not. Maybe not. Um, but either way, I still thought that that was an exceptional match. I thought they did very good. And then there was the whole, okay, we're going to take Jelly back to the back. He can't go on, and then he fights. Nope, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to finish this thing here.
yeah, I like that whole section there.
Yeah.
Um, that was good. Oh.
Now you're really starting to feel it, huh?
Yeah, I'm stiffening up. My back hurt. My knees
We
killing
still
me.
have a whole other night to talk about.
Yeah, I know it. I'll be good.
Okay, well let's go. Let's go ahead and move on because we're already an hour 37 in.
Well, the first 40 minutes we talked about other things other than wrestling.
True, that is true. Okay, the main event. Well, was the main event. Gunther defending the world title against CM Punk.
This match was off the hook.
It was best match of the night. Um, I was surprised to see the bloody part there towards the end.
Well, when he came out from underneath the announce table and he's got blood pouring all over him, and
Yeah,
then they showed the replay of him getting knocked over. I don't remember how it happened, but then he goes underneath immediately. I'm like, he's blading himself. And they kept on saying his nose, and like that's coming out of his forehead. There's nothing here. It's all here,
no, like this part of the nose, I think.
right here.
Yeah, like the
Uh,
bridge of the nose. But I read that he was actually been having some issues here, and he's having surgery.
okay,
So
that's a way to get him out for a little bit and
yes,
get him healed up, surgery wise. Uh,
see if I can find it because there was a report. Um, oh shit! WWE planning for two WrestleManias in 2027, with one being in Saudi Arabia.
what? How can you do two WrestleManias in the same year? That don't make
There was a rumor going around the last few days. I know Saudi wants WrestleMania. Triple H was kind of tiptoeing around the idea, trying to sidestep it. Now it looks like that it may actually happen.
I don't see how you can call it WrestleMania and you have two of them.
Yeah. Okay, so
WrestleMania and WrestleMania 2.0.
let's see if I can find this thing about Gunther. It said what he was having. It was surgery in like right there in that area.
Yep.
Uh,
Right person came out with I agree. Not to the second part of this match.
okay, here
I
we go.
was aggravated, but I guess they did their job. Storyline wise, I freaking hated Seth coming out. The Punk storyline breaks Gunther's nose, gives Gunther a chance to heal in the storyline when he comes back. I think there's still going to be. Uh, I think it's going to be a WrestleMania thing. I think they're leading toward a Punk and Seth WrestleMania match, and that may be when Gunther shows back up.
For nose surgery, no, probably not. I think he'd be back long before then. And of course, it resets everything. Uh, no, so yeah, he having surgery on his nose, so he's going to be out for a little while. I can relate. Uh, as a matter of fact, did you watch my latest video I put out the other day?
Don't think so.
Okay, so my next my next surgery is actually going to be a series of three surgeries.
Really?
Yeah. Um, Doctor is going to cut skin in my forehead
Mm-hmm.
and fold it down over my nose. That's going to be the first surgery because he's going to give me some new skin and create a new ala so that it's not flat. And then
Right.
the second surgery, he's going to pull cartilage out of my rib and put it into my nose to try to straighten it out.
Do the Adam and Eve thing.
Huh?
You're gonna do an Adam and Eve thing.
Yeah,
Take your
yeah,
rib out, put it in your nose.
something like that. And then the third surgery, he. What was that? I heard that one.
That's a chair.
Wow. And then the third one is what's called a flap inset. Something about straightening everything up after everything is healed. Um, so he says it's going to be 3 to 6 weeks in between each surgery.
Wow.
And evidently, we have to be kind of timely with it. Um, so that's the story there. So I can relate with Gunter. I don't know exactly what he's having done, but nose surgery is no joke.
Of course, they have the technology that can rebuild him bigger, better, faster, stronger. So, you know what? Jeremy's $6 million man.
Yeah, might as well be. So CM Punk, and they go on for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long match.
Yeah,
Bunch of good, highlighted areas. It was just a all around good match. Gunther, and we've said this before. Gunther can have a good match with just about anybody.
right.
Um, even though he's a heel,
Goldberg.
huh?
Look at the match he had with
Yeah,
Goldberg. That was a good match.
yeah, that was a good match. Um,
What what was enjoyable, and I shouldn't laugh about this, but I do. Um, Seeing Punk's reaction after Gunther's chops.
yeah, he was getting the hell chopped out of his ass.
Yeah,
Good God.
and it's a good thing he's got those tattoos on his chest because you can't see how red it was going to get. But yeah, Gunther was laying it in on him too.
Yeah.
Um, then after 30 minutes, CM Punk does two GTSs, pins him, and then we hear it.
Well, you get the whole emotional part too.
Yeah, he was very
Uh,
emotional.
very emotional on it. For a good little bit. Then you get all Heyman coming out with cripple Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
and on crutches, and tells him that I forget what he tells him, but he's something like
They keep
keep
it
it
warm for
keep it
me.
on, I'm coming for it,
Yeah.
and turns his back, takes his shade or drops his crutches,
And
turns
then
around, and
crowd goes nuts.
yeah.
But
I thought for a second that he was going to come down there and he was going to turn it in, and Seth and Punk was still going to wind up pinning him somehow or another, or he was going to get out of the ring without getting it cashed in. But as soon as he hit him, kept on hitting him with the briefcase, I was like, ah, shit,
mhm.
this is bullshit. I was pissed. I was.
But we knew it was going to happen.
I was like, gosh, damn it. Just let him have it for a while.
Yeah. Well, and everything made sense because Seth always told Punk that as long as he was alive, Punk would never be champion again. And then Seth, every time he went for the title, Punk would not let him win.
Yeah,
So this whole thing makes perfect sense for them to do it the way that they did, even though it was
this is
uh,
going to be one of those building up for a while storyline for us where they're going if they're going to do a WrestleMania. Um,
that's that's what I think is actually going to happen.
you got a long time,
Yeah,
long between now
I
and
think
then.
Punk will end up winning the Rumble this next this next time, and then he'll go on to beat Seth at WrestleMania 42.
I agree. It's just gonna. You got a long time from now till then. Yeah,
Right.
so much can happen in all of this because you still got Heyman's faction, and they're having feuds here and there with not only Solo in it, or not Solo, with Roman in them, but you also have Solo's, bloodline still in the mix also.
Yeah. So I think once Tama comes back, they are going to go full force. So see, Seth Rollins wins the title. Michael Cole called it the ruse of the century, which okay, yeah, I kind of get, but everybody was speculating that the injury was a fake, and
Here, here's my take on that whole situation. I think that LA Knight match with him and Seth, I think Seth actually did something to his knee because that ending to that match was not good. It was seemed like it was a we got to get out of here, get him, you know, changing direction on this
well,
lawsuit.
you see that's the thing. The interview that I saw with Paul Heyman, he said that that was the plan all along.
Really. Now, what do you believe? Because I've seen interviews with him, with the whole Undertaker streak being broke.
This particular interview, it felt honest. He there was nothing that he was saying that he was trying to mislead you in different directions.
My
This
thinking is
felt
that
like a true, honest interview.
my thinking on this, and I haven't seen the interview. My thinking on this, he actually tweaked something, but it wasn't as bad as they thought, and they just kind of, all right, they're going to milk it for a little while. He's not injured. He'll be good to go in a week or two.
I'm at that interview. I'm gonna send it. I'm actually gonna
Okay.
send it to you and Chris.
And my thinking is he tweaked something, nothing really serious. They did the whole doctor thing, And it's like, well, let's turn this into the storyline, and we'll just say you're out for X amount of time, and then really surprise everybody, um, or at least some of us.
This here is probably it, this is the best Paul Heyman interview I've listened to. Um, and I intended only to listen to like the first 30 minutes because I still have my work that I needed to get done today. But he is just one of those people that I cannot stop the interview halfway through. I gotta go do the whole thing.
Paul Heyman is a genius
He
as far as
is.
that business. I used to watch him years ago with when he was with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and all that. It was just this is way before ECW.
Right. Well,
Um,
just you could see some of the genius in that when he was um, in WCW with the Dangerous Alliance and the way that he did everything. So it is not surprising at all that he is where he is now.
yeah, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and Missy Hyatt was there. Now that was she was she's a valet that needs to not really talk because I used to listen to her on
Right.
she was actually doing commentary. So I was like, good Lord, you sound fake as hell. She wasn't there for her commentary.
Yeah, but let's not get into that.
She was there old school wrestling for her looks.
And somebody also brought this up a long time ago. Who would have thought that between Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, and Paul Heyman, Paul would still be the only one left in the WWE?
Yeah, you never thought Vince was ever going to go anywhere until he passed.
Right.
You know, um,
Yeah, who would have thought that Paul, out of the three, Paul would be the only one still working?
and call me crazy, call me, but Vince should be in the Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
I mean, regardless of what everything else is, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Wrestling would not be where wrestling is without Vince McMahon. Love him or hate him.
Hey, there you go. That can be one of the four that you were talking about. But we'll get into that later. Um, let's get into night two. We're already 2 hours. We need a
Well, it won't be that bad because there's several matches on there that really wasn't that great.
right. Um, well, the first two matches were Naomi defended the women's world title against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I thought for sure that Rhea would win. She would get the win over Io and also have something of a redemption for losing the title from last year.
Right.
Um, Naomi wins.
Yeah, out of the kind of out of the blue too. That was a really good match.
It was.
They started off the night two with a good match.
Mhm.
You've got to have that to get that crowd, you know, into the excitement of the night. You know, it's just like having a band you go see. They're going to play a very big hit first off and get you pumped up.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
It seems lately that all opening matches have been bangers.
yeah, you've got to have that. If you start out with a shit match, it's like you know, it's just going to lead the night up. Now, the problem is your next match coming in. You know, I'd hate to be the second match
Right.
because most of the time it's not that good. Now, this second match was freaking off wall.
This one here was my match of the night until Cody and Cena. Um, but
Agreed.
holy cow,
There was
the
so much. Oh my god! And it's one of those matches where you need to go back and watch it two or three times to see everything that's going on.
probably more than that.
There was just so much crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, the one that got me. Um, well, no, not the one that got me. That's the next one. The crazy thing about what they did was people jumping on tables from the four corners in succession.
Yeah, I mean
And
everybody
one
was
of those
going through
times, I
tables.
think Wade Barrett said, "Better check on Montez Ford. I think he's dead," or something like that.
Yeah,
You remember hearing that one?
it's yeah, it was just a wild, wild match, and I like the fact that you get to see at ringside the Dudley Boys and the Hardys.
Yes. Yeah. The reason they were there was because this was the 25th anniversary of that first ever TLC match.
Yeah, if you didn't watch any other match, you I don't know if Chris watched this one. No, if you didn't watch any other match, you got to watch that one. And like I said, I need to go back and watch that match again.
Yeah, I think he was watching night two. He just wasn't able to watch night one. Um, I was expecting Wyatt Six to win, but when you have six teams in there, anything can happen. Anything is possible.
You think about this, you got six teams in there, but you also have outside people associated with the six teams coming in trying to get belts.
Yeah, so you got BFAB coming in, Nikki Cross coming in, Candice LeRae.
Good lord, good lord.
Holy cow! That dump that she took.
Broke the ladder, and I saw comments online where they were talking about it broke the metal ladder. It's like it's not a metal ladder; it's wood. It's just painted to make it look like it's metal. But yeah, she took a nasty, nasty fall.
Yeah, I don't know how.
She didn't get hurt seriously. Um,
Because I've seen different angles of it over the next couple of days, and she landed hard on her left leg on that one, and I'm thinking, how did she not break her shin from that?
and I saw her a little bit on SmackDown last night, where she's got some bruising on that leg, which it could be makeup, but it also could be a real big bruise. Um, Either or. I mean, yeah, it was freaking awesome. Not to get off subject, but I saw a video somewhere of Penta, which they called him Pentagram, and Chelsea Green.
I,
Oh my dear Lord, that was a damn good match.
Chelsea had actually been trying to get them to let them do that again in WWE.
It was, and I never knew Chelsea was that talented far as, her in ring ability, because all I see now is jokey, bull
Oh,
crap.
she's good.
She's, she can bring it.
Yeah, she's good. I've seen some of her stuff. She can go.
Yeah. I got a new respect for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Ever
I just love her work. She goes out there and makes herself look like an idiot, but she's enjoying it.
And, you know, if, here's the thing about it, it's like, well, she's just this jokey character and she's doing this, she's doing that. She didn't really have you know, titles or spots, but she's on freaking TV.
Yeah, she's on TV, and what she does is memorable.
Yeah, I'm on the show. I'm not behind the scenes and not getting in matches. I'm on the show. It may be jokey, it may be crazy, it may be a little on the goofball side, but I'm on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that paycheck.
Yep. Um, there's another spot in this match where Tomasa is hanging. Um,
Amazing. That's Canadian for
Chris
Canadian.
sent us the thing about Candace. Um, so the thing that really got me was Tomasa when he was hanging down from the thing holding championships, and then
Yeah,
I think it was Nathan Frazier who was trying to spear him, just like what when Edge did that to one of the Hardys, and Tomasa flips himself up.
yeah, and he's hanging on the damn
Yeah,
rings and all.
he's
So many people got their
upside
hands on
down.
those belts.
So that
Yeah, that was a good spot.
I thought
Never seen.
that was the spot of the night.
Yeah, I never saw that before, and uh, I really expected them to get the titles.
Well,
Um,
that's what I'm actually waiting on somebody to do, to be hanging from there
ooh, another
and then
spot.
free one hand and take their titles off while he's hanging there.
Did you
That's
see
what
that kind of? Did you see that spot where they kind of? I forget who it was, but they kind of leapfrogged and and basically pushed the guy up and trying to grab the belts without climbing a ladder. Did you see that spot?
without climbing the ladder.
Yeah. The guy was standing up under it, and his tag partner come running to him, and they kind of jumped and kind of pushed him up towards the titles.
And that was in this match.
Yeah,
I must have missed it then.
because Cole and them said that's something I've never seen before. Trying to, he almost got the titles without having a ladder.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that too.
It's like like I said, that match is you've got to watch it several times to catch everything that's going on.
Yeah, I when that match was made, I'm thinking 12 people.
Yeah, and it kept calling. See, I didn't know how many was in it. I knew there was four, but they just kept coming out, kept coming out. I was like, good
Yeah,
God, there is a lot of people in that ring.
yeah. It actually ended up being 15 of them when you count. No, 16 because Uncle Howdy got involved too.
Yep.
That's half a rumble right there.
Yeah, and you got tables and ladders and chairs. Oh my! In the middle of it.
Oh, think of that. What if they did a rumble match with tables and ladders? Well, no, you can't
I
really do
wouldn't do.
ladders, but I don't know.
To
But no,
eliminate, you have to put to a table.
that was a great match. Um, I'm happy that Wyatt Six kept the titles.
Well, the crowd was booing it.
Yeah, they were. Well, they have been doing some heelish things the last few weeks.
It shouldn't matter. That's the why it's sick. Heel or no heel. That's what I didn't like. The fact that it was still daylight when it came out, so they carried the lantern down. It's like I understand that the prop and it's the thing. It's part of your thing for your characters and
It
all
should
that.
have been the next to last match.
Yeah, there's no reason to. I agree. They should have moved that one farther down the card. Um, One, to have it at night.
Yeah.
Two, you just had a great match. Okay, let's stick, something else. And they probably thought this cage match was going to be really good. Um,
No, no.
that they could have stuck out one in the second one. I wouldn't have cared.
And they probably also didn't want to have the TLC match right before the street fight. So I can understand that.
Yeah, they could have done the street fight. second.
Yeah.
And then just swap those two around.
But I was glad that YS6 won. I am a big Dexter Loomis fan. So I am so glad to see him being featured. Even though it's a team, I am so glad to see him being featured on this level.
Yeah. I really want to see more than I want to see storyline more of the White Sick than just you know occasional tag title defense. I want to see more.
I think we will,
Um,
especially with Alexa and Charlotte. If they end up jumping over like what we're speculating, and I would love to see that because that would be totally against everything we've ever known about Charlotte.
right. And there again, I want to see the Alexa. I want to see the dark Alexa.
Yes.
Don't dress like you're dark and you're not really dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Next match. Boy, this was a doozy.
Oh yeah.
Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Intercontinental title. No disqualification, no count out, last chance match.
This was the match I was talking about. The dent in the steps. And she pulls that when Valkyria brings that crowbar out and goes to hit Becky with it. I thought it was fake. I thought it was a fake crowbar, a rubber crowbar. But when it hit the steps, I was like, "Holy shit! I think that thing was real."
Oh, I did. I saw the crowbar, but I did not see that particular spot.
Yeah, because as soon as Becky moved out of the way, she's like, she called Valkyria and all that. She said something like, "You just tried to kill me." And
And that
but
was
yeah,
a
it put it.
big crowbar too.
Yeah,
That was a
um,
long one.
they brought all kind of stuff in this match: toolboxes, you know, kendo sticks. Kendo stick. I think Becky was hitting Valkyria with it, and she splintered it after hitting her so many times, and some of the shrapnel fell into the
Yeah, the
crowd.
piece went into the crowd, and one of the fans actually caught it.
Yeah, he was sitting there
Yeah,
holding it up. Yeah,
he
zip
caught
tie thing was a
it. Yeah,
fiasco.
that was where they lost the fans.
I
Um,
think I think in that position she should have just left them off and then ran with a different way with the match. As far as um, it took forever for her to get them strapped in too,
yeah,
and you
and
can see her, sitting there
they made
doing this while she's putting them on. I was like, come on,
right.
this is just
Another mistake that they made was when she did that belly to belly and her wrist came free. They kept the camera on her.
yeah. I don't understand why you do that. If you
Right.
know, and she's got to put them, and even if it's not on film, the people at the arena can see it.
Maybe not as well like we could.
If nothing else, go into the damn, hide it and go into the damn ring rope or go into the damn ring and put them back on. Don't do it in front of everybody.
Actually, I think that's what she did.
Is that what she did? I thought she was doing it inside the ring. Yeah, that whole zip tie thing was a something they should have practiced a little more or threw completely out. Tie her up with some rope. Tie her arms up, her wrists up with some rope. That'd have been a little bit easier.
Yeah,
Yeah, and she kept spraying the extinguisher too, and it wasn't nowhere near Becky.
yeah, I saw that one too. They The entire layout of the match was great on paper.
Wasn't executed good.
Yeah, the poor execution. Um, let's see, how long was this match? This match was 25 minutes, and
Now
about halfway
she,
through, the crowd was just dead.
because of your botches that you can see, it's like, all right, this
Right.
is. We know it's scripted. We know this isn't real. We know it's like, but this is like, you're really making it easy for us to not get into the match because we see the mistakes.
Yeah. When
Um,
when she got the strap put back on her, it was done too tight because she had to go underneath the ring to get them cut off.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and then another thing, what there at the end of the match was I did not hear a loud ovation for when Bailey came out.
yeah. And they kind of, they're doing that, keeping the cameras off of it. And there was one shot where Valkyria comes off the turnbuckle and lands on Becky and maybe Bailey and Cole. I think it was Cole said, where did she come from? I was like, what kind of dumbass comment is that? Because I mean, you're sitting there at ringside, you know where she's coming from.
Not no when you watch Michael, he is always focused on the screen in front of him. He's not even looking up at the
Really?
ring. Wade looks up. Michael is focused solely down here,
Okay, well that makes more sense to more sense to me.
mostly. Um, but it's not very often at all that Michael will look up. Now, when he's standing up, that's a different story.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I did not hear any crowd reaction when Bailey came out, and then the whole thing with Becky in that pipe when she was doing that is like she was just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then Bailey comes and grabs him. Wow,
Yeah.
this this match was not good.
And it has the capabilities of being a really good match. It just things happen. It
Right.
seemed like it was just one thing after another too. It was like, look, we just need to take this thing home.
And that's the sad thing there because they have been featuring Lyra pretty much every PLE this year.
She took some major kendo shots during this
She
match.
sure did.
Good lord, she has
She was
been.
hanging up there on the ring post.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
You know she got some welts that night.
oh yeah,
Um, but yeah, like you said, it. Let's go home. This is not working out.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I felt bad for them because it had they had everything they needed for this to be a great match. But at the same time, like what you were saying about the first match, they had to follow that TLC match.
Yeah.
So the fans were already worn down from that match alone. Um, so that was another thing they kind of had against them with the crowd.
Yeah.
Um, and then following that match was the cage match.
Which was it was crap.
Yeah, I don't
It
remember
made,
anything about the cage match except for the very end.
yeah. Fatu Solo kept trying to go out the door, and he kept stopping him, and it just wasn't. there was no, I don't think there was any blood in this thing either. It was just, it just was not a well thought out in ring type match, moveset wise. Um, and even when Solo winds up winning, falling out of the ring and winning the match, and then the guys coming there trying to beat him down, and then yeah, it was just not executed well.
True.
Yeah, and that was the blue ring, if I'm not mistaken.
The blue steel cage.
Okay,
They that steel cage was actually built for King Kong Bundy. That
right.
was
It's
what
not like
Bundy
the
had
cage
used,
where it's chain link.
huh?
It's not like the cage you have now where it's chain link.
Right. Uh, Up until WrestleMania 2, they were using the chain link fence. And then when they did the match with Hogan and Bundy at WrestleMania 2, that's when they created the blue cage, um, mainly because of Bundy, because the chain link would
Would
not
not
have
hold
been able to
him.
support him.
Right.
And they kept that cage for at least 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
I
Now,
don't
now
remember when
you
they
got
stopped using
now
it.
yeah, now you got so many different variations of cages now. You know,
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in the Cell. You know, you got the Elimination Chamber, which is just
Oh,
off the charts.
oh yeah, and it's a dangerous one too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's like this big super dome, this big Thunderdome cage you got going on.
Guys climbing up on the top and dropping all the way down. And, oh yeah,
Yeah.
in the
Oh
War
yeah.
Games cage.
Triple H almost died one night from that uh, Elimination Chamber when RVD come off and landed on his neck.
That was that first one. Yep,
Yeah.
that was that first one.
I remember watching that. And I was like, I was watching with my uncle, matter of fact, and I was like, something's wrong with Triple H. He ain't acting right. He's hurt.
Yeah.
Of course, you find out he went to the hospital right after the match.
Yep. So I, somebody is going to get seriously hurt, especially EO, because they keep putting her in that War Games cage, and
Doing crazy stuff.
yeah, I am scared for her because she keeps doing something with that damn trash can.
I
Her,
hope they kind of, I hope they kind of shy away from that.
I do
You
too.
know,
Her luck is
now,
her luck is going to run out. Damn.
you know, and it's so much like you do it the first time and you're like, holy shit. It's like, wow, that was just
Yeah.
insane. It kind of waters it down a little bit when you keep doing something
Right.
with it.
Damn. I almost got a Charlie horse in my leg.
Trash can open barbed wire. Good lord. Don't give them any ideas.
No. Yeah. Don't give him any ideas. Okay. Next
Yeah,
match.
let's electrify the damn barbed wire next.
Be quiet. Next match. Dominant Mysterio defending the Intercontinental title against AJ Styles. Now, I have a story to tell you here. I missed that entire match. Um, Something was going on. I had to step away from the computer. When I came back, it was right. They had like 1 minute left of the match. So I thought, okay, well, I'll make a second screen here while they're doing the commercials. I'll watch this. I watched that entire match and paused it when Stephanie came out to do the announcement for the attendance and then went back to that match. When they were done, Cody Rhodes was just now coming out. they had that much time in between the matches that I
Yeah,
literally watched AJ and Dominic go at it during the advertisements.
yeah, and that was
It
10
was,
minutes and 45 seconds.
yeah,
To me, it was a decent match, but it wasn't that great. I do. I mean, the crowd is behind Dom,
they are.
um,
But they
and I
were
love
also behind AJ because of his tribute to Eddie.
right. Yeah, that was a big thing. I thought
Yeah.
that was really, really cool.
And
Um,
his outfit too.
yeah, I thought it was really cool. The match itself was an okay match. It wasn't a great match, but it wasn't you know Becky and Valkyria.
He was better than the previous two.
Yeah, and that may be why it wasn't a crap match along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love the Eddie chants. You know,
Yeah, well, because it was 20 years ago that they did the Eddie and Ray ladder match for custody over him.
yeah, that and Chris just said including the Dom shoe coming off, which is also you kind of got the chair in there too.
Um, the thing
Doing
about
the whole chair incident. I enjoyed that part too.
yeah, the chair was hilarious. The thing about the shoe, um, AJ acted shocked that the shoe came off, and then Michael was saying something to that effect, but you can clearly see him
Unzipping it.
working on that shoe to get it off.
Well, that too, and Dom had it showed it later on a replay where Dom was unzipping the boot where it would come off.
Okay, I did not see that.
You
I
didn't see
didn't
that?
see any strings at all.
Yeah. He they showed on the replay right before that move set came in where he was what was he doing? He was figure
It's
four or
I'll have to
something.
go back and rewatch that one too.
Yeah, you could see him unzipping that boot right before that next move set come in
Okay.
because Cole said something about it. Yeah, that whole thing was a tribute to Eddie. I think it was really good.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was 20 years ago that we lost Eddie.
Yeah,
It'll be 20 years in November when that he died. Hard to imagine he's been gone that long already.
yeah, it is. I wonder where Chavo Guerrero is now.
Uh, I had read that he had signed with WWE because they're planning on doing some kind of angle that involves Chavo and Vicky.
Was Vicky there at SummerSlam? Did I
Not
see
this year.
her this one, or it was the last PLA where she was there? Maybe
Well,
it was
she was at
WrestleMania.
Evolution.
Yeah, where she was saying "Excuse me."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was at Evolution. But I had read that they're planning on doing some kind of a story with Chavo, Vicky, Dominic, Ray. I think they're waiting on Ray to come back because he's 50 years old now. And he had said at one
he's
time
older
that
than
he
Vicky.
planned on retiring at 50.
Fuck, I'm older than Vicky Guerrero.
Are you?
Yeah, if she's 50, I'll be 54 next month.
Wow. Okay. Damn, you're old.
Yeah, now you see why I'm freaking hurting tonight.
Oh, I get that. I get that. Okay, last match. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. First of all, much, much better than what it was at Summer WrestleMania.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and you're probably going to disagree with me, but I think that is the match of the year.
of the year.
Yes, that
Ooh,
is one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Um, it was just that dang good.
it
Uh,
it
constant,
was.
the constant near falls. It was just it kept you on the edge of your seat.
Well, that's something that I have read that a lot of people did not like because they kept, the
Finishers,
crossroads and the AA that like Cody kicked out of like 10 AAs,
yeah.
including the one from the second rope.
That one I didn't agree with that spot.
Yeah,
When you're up on the top rope and you still get that. Um, yeah, I'm with you, Chris. The only thing I hate about
right.
spamming finishers. Yeah, finishers are finisher. It's now you got to look at it. It's different now. You know, everybody's kicking out of one or two finishers,
I
but
know.
usually after the third one, you're done. This was all the way through, the match. But
I wish they wouldn't let them do that.
I don't. I still stand by what I said. I think it's the match of the year. Storyline wise, I didn't like the whole quick babyface turn of Cena, and then leading up this match. And
It makes
now,
sense now.
yeah, it makes sense now with Brock, but
Yeah,
it was too fast to me to turn babyface that quick, and then you're in the match and you
but
don't do anything heelish. You
think
know,
about that. That is how good John Cena is.
and and I don't like the fact storyline now. 1 week later, you got them in a tag match together. You know, after all the bullshit uh, over the months
Yep.
of them two being at each other's throats and this and that, it was like, it's not that damn quick. Come on, you don't forgive that damn quick.
Uh, I
Yeah,
like the
it
teaser
says
that they did. I like the teaser that they did at the very beginning when they started playing John's music, and it was still that black. And then once it jumped into the big music, everything changed, and he was already. The timing of that was perfect.
that was good.
Yeah, the timing of that was
I
perfect.
really expected
Out
I really expected Cody to go heel. I expected him to turn heel during this match, which you
for a
know,
second there, it looked like he was.
yeah. And think about this match too. I mean, it was they did some stuff in there that I've never seen them do. I never saw the ring rope being disconnected and used as a weapon.
John's done that before.
Has he?
Yeah, it was at one of the Rumbles. He had a match with Umaga, and the spot with Cody where he had him in that STF and using the rope in the Cody's mouth, he did that exact same thing with Umaga, um, and won that match that way.
Yeah, they even used the barricade, the metal barricade in the.
The metal barricade. What surprised me was John throwing the steps out of the ring to Cody.
Yeah,
That could have been bad.
and that was early on in the match too.
Yes, it was. I thought for
Uh,
sure Cody's hand was going to break. Um, but the best spot in that match, we're almost done. The best spot in that match was when they were under the stage and John, Kerry, and Cody coming up. The lighting and everything, that was holy cow. That is an immortal moment.
right. I wish it had done more towards the end of that with that whole spot. I thought it was a really good spot.
I thought he was. Well, he did end up carrying him to the ring.
Yeah, he carried him a long damn way. I mean,
Yeah,
I would have, kept hitting him towards the ring instead
yeah.
of just carrying him that far. Um,
And look how far he threw him with the AA there on that ramp right after they came up from the elevator.
mhm. Well, you're already, oh, excuse me, you're already, downhill anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Still, that was quite a way. So John is still strong as shit.
yeah, I'm seeing reports whether it be true or not of the reason Cena's retiring is because he's got some kind of major injury because of uh, the years of taking the shots. It's like walking hunched over a little bit, and this and that.
I haven't heard anything about any major injuries. I just remember him. I think it was with Stephanie that the reason he's retire is that he can no longer keep up on that level.
Right, and it's understandable.
Yeah, with his
Yeah,
age.
I understand it.
But on that match, it was Cody trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, I understand it. Well, your mind still wants to do things that your body can't or doesn't need to do anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. John's 48 years old, so he's he's pushing 50. Um, and then at the
I
very
was
end, Cody gives him a salute.
I was surprised. I was surprised at the outcome.
That Cody won.
Yes, I was very surprised.
I was too,
I didn't see that coming.
and I thought for sure one of them was walking out heel.
Yeah, and the way the ending happened makes perfect sense, considering Brock's music hit. That was out of the blue. I didn't expect that. Uh,
Oh, that crowd went nuts when he
well,
came.
you're going back to the salute when Cody did the salute, you could hear the dang crowd just they did not like that shit.
Yeah. I'm still not 100% sold on Cody being the guy, but he's a workhorse
Yeah,
everywhere. But to me, he doesn't have that same kind of aura as John or Roman, Steve, Hogan. He just, to me, I just don't feel that in him, much like you don't feel with Karrion Cross. I still don't feel that with him, but I see it.
it's going to come to a point where the crowd is going to get bored, like they did with Hogan,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a reinvention of Cody's character. He's going to have to go. He's got to turn.
Yeah, but for the time being now, it's okay. Where does Cody go from here?
Trying to think of what happened.
Because right now, it's leaning towards him
Oh,
and Drew.
Drew. Yeah, Drew did this Claymore last night on him
Yeah,
when he was at the announcers table. And you can see on the replay where he did miss his head. He hit the right above it,
yeah.
but I mean he pushed him right through the bottom of the announce table, and left him laying there.
So we're going to end up with Cody and Drew at Clash of Paris. So it hasn't been announced, but you can pretty much bank on that one. Uh,
Yeah.
we're getting John Cena versus Logan Paul. So we kind of knew that was going to happen after that tag match that they had with Cody and who did Cody team with? I don't even remember who did Cody team with. I'm gonna look it up.
Who the other night?
No, when it was John and okay Jay Uso, it was Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul.
Yeah, Chris and Q. What do you want to talk about tonight? Yeah, I don't like that catchphrase. It's just not. It's not catchy. Come up with something else.
Yeah, well that's the name of his podcast too now.
Yeah, it, it just doesn't work for me.
But he hasn't really been doing that lately either.
No, and he may understand. It's like they're just not catching on. It's not a yeet.
Right.
Yeah.
So now going to Brock, there's a lot of controversy on him right now. The whole thing with the Vince McMahon trial, him being
Oh,
named. Now here's what I find odd. I read a report where she said that Brock did not do anything, but she was offered up to him,
right.
and initially, supposedly, he agreed and then changed his mind. Um, and now, since he has returned, there was a statement from her, one of her lawyers, basically saying that now women aren't safe or something like that. Pe- People are not. There's a lot of people not happy about Brock being back, but there's a lot of people who are happy about Brock being back.
He's back for one more match.
For
You
John,
know,
yes,
right. That's what it boils down to.
yeah, because John specifically requested him.
It was a very big surprise to see him show back up.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought maybe The Rock would show up.
yeah, it's like where has he been? You know,
I know.
it's like that whole it's like that whole final boss, sell your soul shit. It's like let's see Roman and Rock. Give it to us. You know,
I have my doubts about that too now, because they should have had that match 2 years ago. So I don't know if they will ever get to that now.
well they're both getting older, so I mean if you're gonna do it, you got to hurry up and get it done.
Right.
And there again, you do it and it turns out to be just a shit match. You know,
That's always possible. Look at Undertaker and Goldberg.
yeah. Um,
But but that's not really their fault. Goldberg hit the ring post with his head and gave himself a severe concussion. So that's why that match ended up being really bad.
versus
Um,
Hobbs. Yeah,
but The Rock is 52, 53.
I I think if we do get that match, I think that them two are professional enough and know the business enough to where they're going to give us a good match, barring somebody not getting seriously hurt during. But I think it can be that good.
Right. Um, Roman is 40. So if he wanted to, he can still continue for a few more years. But he said, as far as from what I understand, after this contract, he's done.
Well, you got nothing else to prove.
No, he's done it
You know,
all, really.
enjoy your retirement. And he's one of those guys that I don't think he's not going to retire and go away. he's going to retire and he's going to do something behind the scenes. Uh,
Well, maybe I don't know.
Even
He's
if it's just NXT occasionally, kind of like you're doing, like Taker's doing now. I mean, he's retired, he's still around a great deal.
he's
It's
supposed to be doing a some movies. Like he's been cast in Street Fighter. Um, and ironically enough, so has Cody Rhodes.
Is he going to be Johnny Cage?
Cody?
Cody? Johnny Cage?
No, he's someone else. He is going to be. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's Guile.
He's going to be the six arm dude.
I, I I don't know anything about Street Fighter, so I don't know who's who.
Let me look it up.
All I know is that the guy that he's playing has a flat top, crew cut type deal.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I know you're talking about. He's
Chris,
the army guy,
special forces guy.
Julio. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Um, but supposedly Cody's role in that movie is minor compared to what Roman's role is. I guess
right. Well, he's got the title, so it's just going to be one of those.
yeah.
Um,
So, but getting back to Brock, um, John Cena specifically requested him when they was asking John who does he want to work with for this final year. So naturally, I'm sure he requested CM. Well, supposedly he said, "Just give me who you want. I'll work with them." But Triple H said we asked him who he wanted to work with, and Brock was one of them. So sure, our Truth was one of them. Randy Orton, CM Punk. We're kind of going through the greatest hits,
right.
and there was no bigger rivalry, I don't think, for John than Brock was. Maybe CM Punk.
Yeah.
So curious to see what's going to happen. Um, yeah, that's the only title he has not won.
Win that, and then let Ron Killings beat him for it.
Yeah, he's won everything else. He's won the Rumble. He's main evented several WrestleManias. He's won Money in the Bank. He has not won King of the Ring, but he doesn't need to. He's already a King in the Ring. Um, but still, that was a fantastic match. Definitely in the running for a match of the year.
Oh, God, he screams well, somewhat with me.
Um, but as a whole, night two just didn't quite live up to what night one gave us.
Yeah,
And a lot of that had to do with the two matches there in the middle.
I agree.
Um, but at least this match was so much better than WrestleMania, and I still wonder if that's by design, that because John Cena wanted to ruin wrestling and all of that, and that's why they had the kind of match they had at WrestleMania. make it a bad match, and then have the rematch and just blow everybody away.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was good.
So, oh wow, it's 11:50. Shit.
Yeah, I gotta get into bed.
Yeah, I've still got to get my writing done for the day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, well, I'm almost done. So probably 30 minutes and I'll be done, if that.
So, do you want to announce the Hall of Fame thing?
Yeah, so we have been talking about doing this Hall of Fame for a little while, and we decided that Hulk Hogan should be the one to open it up.
Yep.
And the time in here is perfect. We're going to be doing it on Monday, the induction, and Monday also happens to be Hulk Hogan's birthday. So it just made perfect sense there. And then after that, we're gonna figure out what we'll do later. We haven't come up with a criteria yet, but we're gonna be throwing some ideas around. Oh,
I already got a pick, for myself. I think somebody that would deserve to be in there. And I'll discuss that with you.
yeah,
Um,
like
but
let's both come up with a list of, say, let's each come up with 10 people,
okay.
and then if there's anybody that we both agree on, we'll go with that. Mulkey
Okay.
Brothers. I heard of them.
Do it.
Mulkey Brothers. They're like the worst tag team ever.
I haven't heard of those guys.
Look them up. Look them up. Okay, well, we're going to call it a night. Thank you, Chris, for playing along with us. And, I guess we'll be back on Monday.
Chris and Kate came in. She came in for just a little bit. Yeah, catch us Monday.
That's right. Kate did come up. Um, great jobbers. Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it.
Mike Boyette.
Yeah. All right. Well, see you on Monday. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.